the process oogenesis again, but the next part. Now, in the next part, I'll be telling you here the number of weeks of fetal development and the number of oogonium which is being developed inside the ovary of fetus. Now you can see that many calculations, many numbers are given over here. I have mentioned here. Now children, this whole oogenesis process, I told you that it is not a process which is starting after the birth of a girl child or after attaining puberty among the girls. This whole journey of the formation of ovum among the girls starts long back before the birth of the girl child. It means that when the girl child, when the girl fetus is inside the mother's womb and the embryo, the embryonic development is going on, during that time only inside the fetus, the ovary development starts taking place. Now when the ovary is being developed, the internal structures of ovary, obviously, they will also start developing. So I'll be talking about that time period now, that when the embryonic development and the ovary development is taking place together inside the mother's womb, where the girl fetus child is developing. Now children, when the fetus development reaches about the 6 to 7 weeks of the fetal development, of the embryonic development, when the fetus is developing inside the mother's womb, during that time period, when the development reaches to the 6th or 7th week of development, at that time oogonium formation starts. Oogonia, the initiation point, the starting point of from where the egg cells are going to begin, their formation is going to start. That oogonium formation starts when the fetal development inside the ovary of fetus reaches up to 6 to 7 weeks. Then it proceeds further. Now when the movement, when the development is proceeding forward, then this will move to the developmental stage of 20 weeks. 20 weeks of fetal development inside the mother's womb. Children, in 1 month, about 4 weeks are there. So you can calculate that 20 weeks, it means the 5-month time period of the pregnancy period when the fetus is developing inside the mother. So, when this oogonium reaches to the 20 weeks of the development, at that time, the number of oogonium reaches to 6 to 7 millions. Now you can see that during 6th to 7th week, the oogonium formation started. It initiated that time. But by reaching gradually to the 20th week, the number of oogonium cells reached to 6 to 7 millions. It's a huge number. Now what happens, children? Slowly, this development keeps on going. And the time passes, and during the birth time, inside each ovary of a girl fetus, this 6 to 7 million oogonium now remains only 2 million oogonium. Now children, inside the ovary of the fetus, the oogonium cells are continuously forming. And due to that formation, about reaching 20 weeks, the number increases to 6 to 7 initiated, who will be getting degenerated. Now, many of the cells gets degenerate and the leftover oogonium at the time of birth remains only 2 millions. A very star mark point which is given in your NCERT, that each ovary of fetus contains a couple of millions of cells of oogonium. Couple of millions of oogonia in each ovary. What do you mean by couple? 1 million, and when I am talking about couple, it will be in pair. It means 2 million. So each ovary, each female is holding 2 ovaries inside their reproductive system. Now, in each ovary, 2 million oogonium cells are being formed. Now what will happen? So 2 ovaries will be having 4 millions of oogonium cells which will be developing inside the ovary, inside the female gonad of the female. In one ovary, your 2 millions of oogonium is found, including both the ovaries. About approx 4 millions of oogoniums are being formed. Hope children, this is clear to you all. Now, during puberty, now you keep on seeing that as the time period is going, as the developmental stages are going, the number of oogonium cells are getting degenerated. They are getting reduced. Their number is decreasing. Now, during the time of birth, the number was 2 millions in each cells, in each ovary. But after attaining puberty, and what is the time period of attaining puberty among females? It is about 12 to 13 years. When the girls reaches to the age of 12 to 13 years, they attain first time puberty. It means that they are moving towards the menstrual period. Now, during puberty, when they attain puberty, this number of 2 millions of oogonium inside each ovary get reduced to 60,000 to 80,000. 60,000 to 80,000. Primary follicles are formed. Now children, in the few minutes back when I was discussing about the phases, I told you all that how the oogonium changes into primary oocyte and primary oocyte get enclosed by the granulosa cells and they get changes into primary follicle. So children, during this period from 20 weeks to the puberty, between these period, your oogonium cells changes into primary oocyte and then converts into primary follicle. So here that is why I have written that primary follicles are formed. So during puberty, only 60,000 to 80,000 primary follicles are left over inside each ovary. Children, see the number. During the initiation stage, when the oogonium was being formed, it was starting, the process was starting. During that time, at the 6 to 7 weeks, the process was starting. But when slowly, gradually, the fetus was developing and it reached to the 20 weeks, the number of oogonium cells, it increased and it reached to 6 to 7 millions. Then gradually, the number started decreasing because of degenerations of many oogonium cells, and during the time of birth, in each ovary, only 2 millions of oogonium cells, or you can call that primary oocytes, were left over, or primary follicles were left over at the time of birth. Now after reaching to the puberty state, again many number of cells of primary oocyte or primary follicle, whatever you say, that gets degenerated and only 60,000 to 80,000 primary follicles are left. Now, I have mentioned after puberty. After puberty means that when the girls have attained puberty, it means that when the girls are now following to the menstrual period. Now, at that time, when the first menstrual period starts, during that session, after attaining the puberty, Now what happened? From this 60,000 to 80,000 primary follicles, many of the follicles gets degenerated and only around approx 400 of primary follicles are left over, which are in active state, which really participate in the fertilization process, or they really participate in the menstrual cycle process, and this remains inside the body of females for a long time, from the time of menarche to the time of menopause. Only 400 is left over. So you can see that a large number of follicles which was formed that gets degenerated, and only 400 approx 400 of follicles is left over, which moves ahead for the process of menstrual period, of menstrual cycle, or moves for fertilization process. So this process is going on. And children, the process by which this degeneration is going on, the number of cells continuously which are decreasing, that process is called as follicular atresia. The process by which the follicles gets degenerated, we have to give some name, and in medical science the name has been given follicular atresia. So by this process, continuously from 6 to 7 millions of oogonium, only 2 millions of primary oocyte or primary follicle cells are left over at the time of birth, and then again from 2 millions during the time of puberty, only about 60,000 to 80,000 primary follicles are left over. Rest gets degenerated by the process follicular atresia. And then also from 60,000 to 80,000 also, only around 400 of cells are left over. Hope children, this calculation of the cells is very important. Children, many numerical questions and many different type of questions are being asked, and this portion is very important for the board point also, for the NEET, for the AIIMS, for all different type of medical competitive exams. And this is very necessary to understand also that how the female ovary is working, how the whole journey which starts before the birth and the whole reproductive life period it remains, and how the ovum is being formed, and how the whole structure and how the whole number of the oogonium is processing, and then your cycle is being converted. Your cycle is being worked down inside the body of the female reproductive system. Now children, to understand it in more better way, I'll come to the diagram part. Now in the diagram you can see that this is your ovary, and this lining I have drawn, this lining is your germinal epithelium. Now at the time of, I told you all that at the time of 6 to 7 week, this oogonium cells, it starts developing, it starts forming. When? During the fetal development, when the development reaches up to 6 to 7 weeks. Now slowly, when this development reaches and number of oogonium cells also increases up to 6 to 7 millions, and how compact the structure will be, you can see over here. And from where these cells are being formed? These cells are being formed from the germinal epithelium only. So this germinal epithelium cells are helping them to develop into 6 to 7 millions of oogonium cells. Now after 20 weeks, now what will happen? This oogonium cells which has been developed, they will move to the differentiation process, division process. So cell differentiation starts. So all these cells starts getting differentiation, they starts getting developing, and some of the cells, they suddenly become bigger in size and they changes into a oogonium cell, or we can say that they become egg mother cell. Now this egg mother cell over here, now this is which is over here, it up to at the time, during the time now, it remains up to 2 millions. and during this time only your granulosa layer will be engulfing and they will be converting into primary oocyte and primary follicle. So this primary follicle was there. This keeps on moving, this keeps on going. This calculation has to be understood. Now let us children again move back to the same point. Now you can see that during the birth, I told you all that about 2 millions of oogonium cells are being formed. Now, after birth children, neither new oogonium cells are formed or any oogonium cells from any other place can be added. Always remember this, that during 6 to 7 weeks, oogonium formation starts. During 20 weeks, 6 to 7 million oogonium cells are formed. At the time of birth, 2 millions of oogonium cells are being formed. But from this within this 2 million, after this, neither the cells can be added, neither it can be formed inside the process. Inside the ovary, this 2 millions will only be left. Now after this, not a single oogonium can be formed. Whatever is formed, that is all before the birth. So during the birth, the number of oogonium cells remain fixed to 2 million, and after this, not a single oogonium cells will be formed. Now, I told you all, by the follicular atresia process, during till attaining puberty, a large number of cells, large number of oogonium gets degenerated, and only 60,000 to 80,000 primary follicles are left. Now children, I will be talking the process which will be going in between these two stages during the time of birth until reaching the puberty. Now children, before this, your mitosis division was going on. Now I am talking about the cell division process. There are two types of division, your mitosis and your meiosis. So mitosis was there, that is why the number of oogonium cells was increasing due to the germinal epithelium cells. But then what will happen? Mitosis will get over and now the time of meiotic division will start. Now, when the number reaches to the 2 millions of oogonium, now the process enters into the meiotic division, and you all have studied in class 11 that meiosis is completed in two phases, meiosis first and meiosis second. Children, during the time of birth, this 2 millions of cells, it enters into the meiosis first. Now, during this meiosis first, what will happen? Now before this, before entering meiosis, when the mitosis division was going on, when this cells were being formed over here, I am talking about this period. Now what was there? Your cell division process was going on, your cell differentiation process was going on, and all developmental stages was going on, and the oogonium cells was changing into primary oocyte and primary follicle. I told you all. Now children, here when the 2 millions of cells are formed and now when they are entering into the meiotic stage, now in the meiosis first, you have studied that it is having 4 phases, prophase first, metaphase first, anaphase first and telophase first. So what happens children, that during when the developmental process is going on and when it enters the oogonium cell, when the egg mother cell, when they enters into the meiosis first process and enters into the prophase first. Prophase first, it is the first stage of meiosis first. When it enters into the prophase first, now prophase first is differentiated into 5 phases. If you recall children, you have studied that meiosis first is dividing into 4 phases. Prophase first, metaphase first, telophase first. Children, this prophase first is differentiated into 5 phases. If you remember, the first phase was leptotene, the second was zygotene, third was pachytene, then your diplotene, and then at the last diakinesis. Diakinesis, if you remember. Now children, I told you all that from here the egg mother cell or the oogonium cell, it develops, it undergoes differentiation process and it enters into the meiosis first process, into the prophase first, and it enters the leptotene stage. And in this leptotene stage, this primary follicle gets arrested. It gets arrested. What do you mean by arrested? See, I have written here that cell division and cell differentiation starts. Then it enters meiosis first and gets arrested at leptotene stage of prophase first. Now, what do you mean by getting arrested? Arrested means you will be blocked. Your whole activity will be blocked. Now, suppose that if you are moving for a work, you are going out from your house to do a work, and from outside a person comes and block you, and the person do not allow you to move further to go and complete your work. Now what will happen? Your work is blocked over there. You have been arrested at that condition so that you cannot perform your further works, further functions. So that arrest is going on over here. So as soon as this primary follicle, this primary oocyte, when it gets enclosed by the granulosa cells and changes into your primary follicle, this primary follicle stage gets arrested at the prophase first of leptotene stage and it is not allowed to work further. Till when? Till attaining puberty. During the before birth, the process have started. Before birth, the oogonium cells have entered the meiosis first, and during the time of birth, it has entered prophase first leptotene stage and it has been arrested in that condition. The work, future work, the further work has been stopped. You can consider it as a dormancy state, as a resting phase. The cells are there, the primary follicles are there, they are capable of working, but they have been sent for a long resting period. They have been sent to take rest for a long period, and that long period is when the girl will reach to the age of puberty, at the age of 12 to 13, when the first menstrual cycle will start in the girls. Now children, as soon as the girl attains puberty, that primary follicle which was arrested in this stage, it will enter again back into the meiosis first. Meiosis first, the rest of the steps was not completed. It was blocked here only. That oogonium cell was needed to complete zygote, pachytene, diplotene, diakinesis, but it was not permitted. It was arrested here. So what happened? Now when after attaining puberty, the same primary follicle will enter back. It will become active and it will enter into the meiosis first again, into the prophase first, and the follicle which was arrested in leptotene stage will again enter and it will start, it will complete its zygotene, pachytene, diplotene, diakinesis, all these stages. It will complete its metaphase first, anaphase first and telophase first. It will be completing all these phases. Meiosis first it will be completing. It will be entering into the meiosis second phase. It will not complete the meiosis second phase, but it will enter the meiosis second phase after finishing the meiosis first phase. Hope children you have understood that what I mean to say, that these 2 millions of oogonium which has been formed, it will be blocked, its functions will be blocked, it will not be permitted to produce ovum. What is the function of oogonium cell? The ultimate resultant is the formation of ovum, is the formation of egg, and the egg formation means fertilization. It will allow the fertilization process, it will allow the pregnancy process, and it will allow the mother to become to hold a child. So this 2 millions of oogonium formed during the time of birth will be arrested, it will not be allowed to work, and it will be becoming active after attaining puberty, when after it will complete its meiosis first stage and it will be entering the meiosis second stage. Now children, I told you all that from this 60,000 to 80,000 also, only 400 primary follicles will be left over. Now this from here, which has been reaching to the 60,000, 80,000, only 400 has been left. From this 400 only, from this 400, 1 and 1, every time in each menstrual cycle, the follicles will be entering and it will be completing all these stages. To make it more clear, suppose that at the initial stage of puberty, your 60,000 to 80,000 of primary follicles are left over. Now from this, 400 is left, which will be active for the menstrual cycle. Now, when the puberty starts, suppose at the age of 12, the first menstrual starts among the females. Now, at the age of 11 or at the age of 12, whatever you consider, if I consider the age of 13, at the age of 13, if the first time girl attains puberty and she attains the first menstrual period, so one of the follicle from here will enter and it will complete its first menstrual cycle period. Now if suppose the girl enters into the age of 19, so from here itself the follicle will enter and it will allow it to complete the menstrual period. Now suppose the female reaches to the age of 30. So from the same 400 primary follicle, from here only, the next follicle will come and it will allow the menstrual cycle. Similarly, when the female is reaching to the age of 42, the same follicle from here will be coming and it will entering the menstrual cycle. I told you that after birth, not a single primary follicle is being added or it is being formed. From anywhere the follicles cannot come and can be added there, and in the process also the follicles will not be formed. So whatever is left over, what is left? This 400 of primary follicles are left. So from this 400 primary follicles, one by one, the whole reproductive life period, throughout the whole reproductive life period, one by one, your follicles will be taken and it will be proceeded forward for the menstrual cycle, for the menstrual period. Now, fertilization is another point we will be discussing. If the fusion takes place, fertilization will take place and pregnancy will be persisting, we will not be discussing that point. Now we will be discussing it later in the later videos. But in this cycle, I hope you have understood that from this 400 primary follicles are very important. They are only responsible for the further. Now children, this primary follicles, this 400 primary follicles which have been formed over here. Now the first time the follicle which was used, that was newly formed. But the follicle which has been used at the age of 30, at the age of 42, at the age of 36, at the age of 50, the same follicle, that follicles get older, they get aged. They get old, like old people they will be behaving. What happens when you are young? When we people are young, when you are young, we are more active. We are more able to do our work more actively. We can complete our all functions very nicely. But slowly, when we get aged, when we grow older, what happens? The strength gets loosened. We get weak. We become weak. The physical strengthness gets looser. Now what happens? It gets weaker and weaker. The efficiency of the work doing gets decreased. The same thing, children, happens over here with this follicles also, with this primary follicles also. During the initial period till the age of 30-35, these follicles are very active. They are recent, they are new, they are young, they are active, they can do their work very actively. And what is their work? Their work is either they will be entering menstrual cycle, or their work is that they will be entering for the fertilization, for the fusion with the sperms, so that the pregnancy can persist. So, but after that, the cells are becoming aged, they are getting older. It's just to make you understand. Now what will happen? That in the older ages, you might have heard many times that many women, that when they attain the age after, many times you might have heard people saying that after the age of 35 and 38 and all, the females face problem in conceiving. They face problem in becoming mothers. Why? This is the reason. Many congenital malformations takes place. This is the reason. This is only why that this concept is applicable over there. That new cells are there, new active cells are there. They are actively working, and the process can move forward. But after that, the cells becomes weaker. The primary follicles becomes weaker, and they are not so much capable that they can work. It is not so that the fertilization, they cannot help in fertilization. It happens also, but the efficiency is not that much. Hope, children, this whole concept of the oogonium formation, primary oocyte formation, primary follicles formation is very much clear to you all. This is very important concept which has to be understood. Now, I have focused on the NCERT. Many points which I have mentioned here, it is complete given from NCERT. But many of the points were from outside also, to make you understand that how the process is complex. And it has to be understood because the female reproductive system is very complex. Now children, I will be moving to the next part of the same oogenesis process with the help of line diagram and your diagram, that how the ovary structure is maintained, how the primary oocyte is formed, how primary follicles are formed, what is Graafian follicle, and then I will be moving to the process, that how actual oogenesis process takes place. Thank you.